My name's Jessica Lahore. I am a ex-Catholic. I love the Catholic music, but it does not stick me into the church. That's me.
She sings gospel songs in the shower.
I do. I really do. Well, not while I'm fapping, but to the beat. Only if I have enough oil and holy water available. But
do you use the anointing oil as lubricant?
Only on Easter.
It's a special occasion.
Only on Easter. That's when it counts.
I'm Tiffany, and I once snuck into the church stock and drank the grape juice and the Holy Sacrament just for fun because I was hungry. And when I got caught, I told them that I felt compelled to commit some communion, and they believed me, and they were actually very proud.
What? Really?
And I was really just hungry.
Really?
Yeah, I've been a bad boy for a long time.
That's what a lot of people are saying in the comments right now, that we're both very bad boys.
So she really is his sister.
Yes, but half sister.
But
kind of like a Mean Girls, like, oh, he's just my first cousin. You have your cousins, then you have your first cousin. This is saying that she was his half sister, and that's why it was okay for her.
But is this another lie? He's going halfway. It's like, well, technically, she is my sister, but I'm also banging her.
True. It's kind of like later on, like you find more details, and you're like, well, I'm not lying to you, but technically, I put the tip in. Like, what does that mean?
Wow. It's giving Luke and Leia Skywalker.
Oh, it is very much giving Luke and Leia.
Abraham's getting a good deal. His wife didn't even get defiled yet because God prevented them from consummating their little relationship. And now he's getting all this free shit. He's getting a lot of swag from this big
Come on, swag.
Who's the first influencer.
He's a big influencer. He's the first influencer.
For pimping out his sister wife. It's sort of like the Kardashians, you know?
Yeah, you thought
sex tape.
Kim, you thought that you were the OG of this starting thing. No. Abimelech and Abraham, they fucked that shit up before you. His wife and his maidservants.
Mine said, then Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, his wife, and his female slaves, so they could have children again. Female slaves is not the same. Who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? That's got to be one dusty tit. Like, that baby's got to be nursing on that nipple, and it's got to be like talcum powder. Just
powdered milk was popular back then.
Powdered milk! You got a little schmutz. Imagine the damage that would be done on 100-year-old Putani popping out a baby from your replaced hip. She's making a big deal about how old they are. So clearly, at least for them, in their opinion, this is a really, really uncommon age to be having children.
Okay.
Even in their time. Which, to me, I'm like trying to picture what it would look like to have a senior citizen popping out a baby. She's probably got a death grip on each hand of her walker.
You know,
she squats and coughs, and the placenta falls right out.
If they're doing stretching and stuff, there are some really nimble old bitches.
That's the type of nimble old bitch I want to be. In my retirement home, just a bunch of swingers.
I'm not even currently a nimble old bitch. I need to
Your hole is malleable. I've seen you sit on a traffic cone.
Oh, yeah.
She said to Abraham, get rid of that slave woman and her son, for that woman's son will never share in the inheritance with my son Isaac. So remember that whole unnecessary situation where they impregnated their slave? And God could have intervened and made Sarah possible to have a child before this happened, but instead he decided to wait, tell the slave to go back and birth this baby, and then decided to allow Sarah to be able to have children. Well, here we are, seeing that it's going to continue on, and now the abusive Sarah, who abused Hagar, the sex slave, and is the reason that she ran away, now she's being a little bitch to the slave that she told Abram to impregnate. She's being a bitch to the child. She's like, you're an adopted child, so you're never going to be as important as my real baby.
I mean, that's true. That's the way that it's coming off. I'd also like to point out that instead of slave woman, they call them a bond woman.
Bond. James Bond.
Slave bond.
Slave bond.
I like my whip shaken, not stirred.
I like my whip shaken, not stirred.
I don't know. So Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and skin of water. Skin of water. And she placed the boy under one of the shrubs. Then she went and sat down across from him at a distance of about a bow shot. For she said to herself, let me not see the death of the boy. So she sat opposite him and lifted her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad.
I looked up the exact numbers, and out of all of the men who are named, there are 3,000 men who are named in this Bible.
Wow.
And there are 44 women who are named.
Let's talk about that. We have made that a point since the beginning. And
so that means that it's 1.47%.
How many of those 44 were not able to bear children?
And then there was Rebecca, and she could not have children.
Kids.
That's all. Abimelech and Fecal
matter?
Because the two men swore an oath together. These little details mean very little to me.
The land of Moriah. Not Moriah Hispanic, but Moriah.
The land of Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey. But Isaac spoke to Abraham his father and said, my father! And he said, here I am, my son. And he said, look, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, God will provide for himself the lamb for a burnt offering. And he bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham
is kinky.
The first bondage act. Abraham stretched out his hand and took the knife to slay his son.
Slay Tina!
But the angel called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, do not lay your hand on the lad.
Too bad the angel of the Lord didn't say that same line to so many priests.
So much happened.
Yeah.
God lets him do this thing where he's like, hey, I need you to do this. Also, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. I'm just joking.
JK. Sorry about all the emotional trauma we've inflicted on your son.
Well, that's why Abraham is crying in Beersheba and everyone else is partying in Beersheba. Because Abraham is dealing with his trauma.
I feel like the relationship between Isaac and Abraham had to be a little sus ever since that day. I'd be side-eyeing my father hard after that experience.
You almost killed him, but you didn't, and that was the test. But we still need you to kill something. Don't think you're out of it. Don't think that we forgot that you still need to kill something. So you
gotta pay the piper, honey.
That poor animal over there that is trapped in the fence.
Burn it.
Go take it, burn it. Burn it with all the foreskins.
Oh. Do they have to cut off the sheep's foreskin first as like an appetizer? And then we're at the death of Sarah.
Ooh, yeah, I'm ready for this one.
Dun, dun, dun.
I love how there's like no female characters and I'm already wanting her to die.
She was the one who said, hey, I'm never going to have kids. I want a baby. Go impregnate my female secretary.
That's right.
It was her idea all along. And then when she did get pregnant, she started just being a total bitch to Hagar to the point where she abused her so much that Hagar ran away. And then when the angel of the Lord was like, hey, get your ass back to work, Hagar showed up, had this fucking baby. And then Sarah was like, Why the fuck do you think that you belong in my house with
Yes!
your little rape baby?
Yeah.
Sarah's a total cunt.
It's the people that took the H off. Those are the ones that are successful. It's the SARAs. Okay, Sarah's death and burial. Can I read this?
I would love you to. I think you're going to get some sick satisfaction about reading about Sarah.
Sarah lived 127 years.
We have to address that she lived 127 years. They already capped it at 120, and she exceeded it again already.
Again, they even let the women exceed.
God specifically said,
he did 120.
Your days on earth shall be limited to 120, and she lived to be 127. The math isn't mathing in so many ways.
It's not. Hear me and meet with Ephron, my son of Zohar, for me, that he may give me the cave of Mashpethla, which he has, which is at the end of the field. Let him give it to me at the full price.
Oh, give it to me.
At the full price. Here, titty.
Oh, my lord.
Here, titty.
The titty.
And answered at the gate of the city, saying, no, my lord, hear me. I give you the field and the cave that it is in. I give it to you in the price.
He's gonna give me leg, and he's fairly happy.
What's that from?
It's the shrimp from Shark Tale.
Oh, it is. That's right.
Right.
And he's just an ant. And her ant can't go forward.
He's got little nubs.
Little baby. Oh my gosh. That's exactly how I feel.
I was hoping it was going to be something a little less dry. They were talking so much about haggling over the burial plot.
It'd be like they had to take her and burn her like a witch in Salem.
Balenciaga!
Comments. You ladies look so nice.
Yo.
Hi, ladies. Love that. Burn Silly Book of Fables.
I don't think that people should burn the Bible. We're not about burning books, but I do think that people should fucking read the Bible if they're gonna worship it. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to not like hide the book of the Bible from people. We're here to read it and make sure that everybody knows exactly what's in this book of love.
Imagine if we went back in time and gave these people Tylenol.
Yeah, something to help those fever dreams.
Your Bible pronunciation hurts my heart.
Thank you.
I live in an elderly housing, and the really old people are miserable. All their family and friends are dead, and they're dependent on the carers for basic living tasks. Somebody asked me to read it like Gollum. We can do that next time. Another boy that needed more attention when he was a kid. These ones are more hurtful. Those are the comments. That was this week's episode.
We'll catch you next Saturday. It's going to be 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Isn't that right, Jessica?
It sure will be.
Wonderful. And look how much further we have to go.
We have so much to go. This will take us at least 4 years to finish.
Yeah, so you can't block me until that time is up.
Until the Bible we finish the Bible.
Yeah, she's got a countdown clock app inside of her phone. She's waiting.
Oh, yes. It has been going every day. My name is Jessica Lahore. This is Tiffany Vogue. Make sure to tip us in the Venmo if you enjoyed our commentary on the Bible, and give us a good old follow on the social medias so you can join us on our journeys. In the meantime, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Believe in Jesus.